Hello everybody, how you all doing tonight? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I know I am doing great myself. And we are going to be jumping into the game extremely quickly as the teams have done their map bans by themselves prior to the stream actually starting. Oh, is the stream still tagged as being French? No, the stream is tagged as being in English. I didn't update the title though. Nasty Clwon. I'm so dumb. I had all this time, did everything, thought I was good, and then I forgot about updating the title. Nasty Clwon Rainbow 6 against Arson Esports. Season 2 week, but now it's week 2. Like so. Let's just update this as well. And now we will be officially good to go. Okay, yeah. So Nasty Clwon against Arson Esports. The teams have done their map ban by themselves prior to the stream starting. So therefore, it is really simple and quick to get the game going. To give you a quick and rapid idea of what the games will be looking like. Yes, and yes, like so. Let's just give it a few moments to update, and the map ban looks a little something like this. Therefore, our first map is going to be Clubhouse, second one is going to be Villa, and the third one, the tiebreaker, should we have one, is then going to be Oregon. Furthermore, we saw Arson Esports play before last week. They lost by a slim margin, if I am not mistaken. Let me just check this real quick. We're talking about Group A, for those of you who are curious. Arson Esports have lost, but it was a heartbreaking defeat. It was really close, and Nasty Clwon have also lost their previous game. Nasty Clwon's defeats were of a 7-1 nature for both matches, so this hurts a little more than, you know, losing in overtime 7-8, right? But that does not mean that Nasty Clwons will just get beaten to a pulp by Arson Esports. Of course, they played against different teams, so taking those results and pitting them against each other doesn't exactly tell a full picture. Tonight's matchup will, however, that is for damn sure. So yeah, that's it for the map ban. Let's jump right back into the vote thing, because I am quite curious to see which way the wind is blowing, and it's still going to be 100% of the support that is going towards a Nasty Clwon Rainbow 6. Oh,
anybody ask? Did anybody ask?
Okay, guys, please. So, I see all 10 of you are in here. My two questions are, first and foremost, are your mosses running and recording?
Yeah, give me a second.
What's the Twitch?
Yeah, give me a second.
The Twitch is DAL. I'll put it in chat.
C'est mon moss, ça va être pas bien.
DA League. And thank you for starting the moss. And as soon as everybody has moss running, I'll be good to go. If you are, so that's going to be my follow-up question. Are you ready to start the game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. As a quick reminder, Echo is still soft banned due to the glitch or due to the bug that's in the game. So you don't need to ban him. Echo. Yeah, there's a glitch that breaks the operator, so we have to temporarily ban him.
Wait just a bit, he's just taken off his skin.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's also something, right? The forbidden skins, if you have any on, don't forget to take them off.
My bad, si je te coupe la parole. Est-ce qu'un skin blanc, ça compte?
C'est quoi le nom? Sorry for the French, guys.
MTP Alpine.
You vote correct.
On my show.
If you want to have the complete list of banned skins, it's rule number 3.3.6 in the rulebook.
Okay.
Alright.
So with that said, that's gonna be my last call. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, man.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So Wavy, you
Good luck,
are.
have fun, guys.
So Nasty Clwon said yes. Arson, are you guys ready?
I'm doing my moss real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
me too.
Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, so we saw Arson Esports play last week. Like I said, though, their play style, I've seen a few teams play in the meantime, so I don't remember exactly how they played, but I believe it was somewhat methodical, right? Not blindly rushing in. Neither were they, for example, playing the 20 seconds meta. This also really just is a flashy playstyle that you tend to remember. Nasty Clowns, however, I have not seen them play before. Actually, fun fact, I met them, I believe it was Pojo and a few of his teammates. Met them in a ranked game. They recognized me and like followed each other on Twitter and got talking. That's how they registered. So I played against them once and they beat me 4-1. I dare say they are better than me. But more than that, I mean, having a one game sample size to quantify their playstyle, plus as a player myself, in that instance, I wasn't like the all-knowing observer that can actually analyze what's happening. I was just like in game, and I had, you know, a tunnel vision because I was trying to fulfill my goal of winning. But all around, they're all ranked gold except for Aussie. Aussie is ranked platinum 2 right now. Arson Esports seem to be more or less in the same general area. Wavy saying ready. Yeah, guys, we're still just waiting for Arson Esports. They're starting up the mosses, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Sorry, bet. Yeah, already.
Est-ce qu'il y a du délai sur le stream?
Ouais, genre 2 minutes.
Yeah, there's a 3 minutes
Okay.
delay on the stream, so there's no way of spawn
Okay, that's fine,
killing or stream sniping.
Spawn kills sont permis, Hans?
Yeah, so
2
the first kill has to happen at 2 minutes 57 seconds. So you have to wait at least 2 seconds before you attempt a spawn kill.
Alright.
C'est bon.
There's no ops that are banned right now, right?
I mean, you cannot play Zero, and you cannot play
Okay.
Echo.
Alright, thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome. So as soon as you're good to go, I'll be good.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on them.
We're
I
already.
didn't even let them know about Moss yet, so they're doing it right now.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
I'm explaining it to them.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. The tags, everything has been updated. Oh, yeah, there's another thing that I need to start up. It's going to be the OBS on the gaming computer if we want to have the replays running, right? That's kind of a staple of the stream, I dare say, and they're quite nifty. So let's just start up the replay buffer here and minimize this because we won't need it again, and that's going to be amazing. Okay. Awesome. You know what? Might as well. We're currently streaming the match between Nasty Clowns and Arson Esports. To watch, head over to twitch.tv/DALeague. You know what? Let me just add stream notification. That could be useful. Add stream notification. There we go. Awesome. Yes. And that's running, and everything else seems to be going pretty well. Yes, so stream, I'm going to ask you guys. I see right now we have around 12 people on stream. Who do you think is going to take the cake? Who are you rooting for? What kind of ambiance can we expect here on the stream tonight? Can't wait to see you guys' energy input in the chat. Feel free to come and have a look.
Mr. Caster, man.
Yes.
Ends.
Yes.
I'm gonna need to restart my PC real quick, if that's fine. With
Yeah,
you
that's
guys.
good. Yeah.
Alright. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
You know, I see you have a bright future, sir. I'll be right back.
Hey, thank you so much.
Johan, j'ai-tu droit à faire une T-Hunt en attendant ou non?
Oh oui, bien sûr, bien sûr. Dans l'autre team, t'as bien compris qu'il redémarre un PC, fait que
Oh, ouais, c'est ça, c'est pour ça que je demandais.
aucun stress. Just translating to keep Arson in the loop. He just went on a quick T-hunt while your teammate is rebooting the computer.
Yes, me too. I'm gonna do this.
Okay, you know what? I will want to. Where is that scene that I rarely, if ever, use? God damn it, myself. that can disappear because we want...
Puis Anne, si jamais, mettons, ils ont un skin qui est pas permis, là, c'est une ronde automatique ou...
Yeah, so... je le dis en anglais. So the rules regarding the forbidden skins and, you know, forbidden cosmetics, first offense is going to be a warning. So la première offense, c'est seulement un avertissement. So there's no need to, for example, team kill an elite Valkyrie or an elite Twitch or, you know, somebody with any kind of random skin, right? We will then rehost to allow that player to take off the skin to give him a chance. But the second offense is going to result in a round loss. And then the third offense is actually going to forfeit the game. So, you know, if you get the rehost, do use it to try to take off the skins. Domino saying, let's go. Oh, Nasty Clowns peeps saying, question mark? Peeps who are usually jouer 8 dumb. Yeah, peeps, you're playing against, what was their name? Was it... Broker Crew. Yeah, Broker Crew. Fun fact. I do owe some excuses to Broker Crew. So they are from the West Coast, so, you know, from the Pacific side of the continent. And I didn't actually think about the jet lag factor when I was considering the default starting times. Of course, now this being a best of 3 format, we have to start somewhat earlier. And I started it by default too early, and therefore the players on the West Coast were like still in school or at work when the default time happened. So they had to unfortunately forfeit the first week, which was entirely, you know, on me. And that's why this week and for the rest of the season, the default starting time is going to be an hour later. Well, you seeing it right now, right? It's 8 p.m. by default. There was that. I wanted to try and enable this, so it's going to be a bit more immersive, or there's going to be more energy in the stream while we're waiting for people to just restart their computers and make things work. I see you guys are absolutely voting for Nasty Clowns. If you want to just have a more statistical approach to counting votes, you know, we're having a straw poll here. You know, we're having a straw poll, and of course, I do see that you have a 100% approval rating for Nasty Clown, right? You can see it right here. However, how many votes are they? Like only 1, 15, 20, 25? Let's just see. Result says 3 votes. Oh, and Arson Esports actually has 1 vote now. Okay, so I guess I may just have to update. I hate it when I have to manually do this, because why aren't you doing it automatically or automagically? Poll, why is it hidden? Because it's got to be in the thing elsewhere. There you go. Okay, it just updates after a few seconds. Makes sense. That figures. Okay, so yeah, we do have a few Arson Esports supporters in chat. Not that it's usually an issue, but I'm still going to state the obvious. Please remain respectful with the other team and the other team's supporters. In French, real quick, you can see, est-ce que je casse en français ou en anglais? Je vais casser en anglais parce que l'autre équipe est américaine. Les Québécois ont une certaine compréhension de l'anglais, mais les Américains ne parlent pas vraiment français. Back in English. So yeah, the question was just, am I going to cast in French or in English? And the answer is going to be in English, as Americans don't exactly speak French, whereas French Canadians kind of do speak English to varying degrees. I don't want to say depending on how well you listen to your school teachers.
Sorry, Hans, just give me like 1 more minute. I'm almost done.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
It's fine.
I don't know why she didn't explain it to them, but I'm explaining most of them right now. I'm almost done. Hold on.
Gotcha. I'm always learning and taking notes. I'll make it extra obvious next season that Moss is mandatory as an anti-cheat software. And you know what? Let me just grab a drink real quick, because I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot tonight. Not that I'm casting solo best of 3, but that's exactly what's going to happen. There we go. That does good. And I see you guys have already clipped the stream once. What is there to clip so far? I don't know. I'm
j'ai une
curious.
petite question pour toi.
Vas-y fort.
C'est quoi ton mic?
Okay, so for those of you who are wondering, my microphone is an Audio-Technica BPH-S1. En français, BPHS1.
Tu niaises pas avec la
Ouais.
POC?
Non,
Ah ouais, gros micro de casters.
pas mal.
Excuse-moi, Ozzy est un peu retard, là. On peut pas l'aider.
Yeah, Ozzy, no offense, but I'm not jealous of your mic quality. Okay. Yeah.
Ozzy?
Leur autre gars, il s'en revient-tu ou?
Oui,
Je pense
oui.
qu'il a activé des cheats.
C'est genre, pour une raison ou pour une autre, le gérant de l'équipe avait pas expliqué le système d'anti-triche à l'équipe. Fait que là, c'est le capitaine qui leur explique, genre live là.
C'est good, on peut attendre.
Fait que comme fallu
C'est
qu'il
pas leur
télécharge.
premier game, me semble.
Pardon?
C'est pas leur premier game, me semble.
Pour certains joueurs, apparemment. Out of curiosity, how many Arson members were in the roster last season? I recognize Kimoni's gamer tag, but the entire team is new except for Kimoni, or am I wrong here?
I'm back. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, well, I was just asking out of curiosity, and like the other team was kind of asking about that. So Kimoni, of course, I remember your gamer tag from last season, but the rest of the team or the rest of the roster is new, or has somebody like updated their gamer tag in the meantime?
I think most of them are new. King Blue used to be here.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm inviting right now. And then I think the rest are new.
Gotcha.
I took a little break because of work and stuff, so I took the rest of the season off, and I just came back. This is my first game, like, playing competitive again.
Oh, I see.
So I still remembered all the Moss stuff, but, you know, some of them don't.
Yeah, getcha. And I mean, we did receive a few Moss files last week. Not 5, granted, but some people must have already had Moss functional, or do you have like a load of sub players and that kind of stuff?
I have returned.
Oh, okay. Like here, like on here, on this team.
Yeah. Last week I got a few Moss files.
I couldn't do mine because it was like corrupt or something.
That's possible. I mean, as long as you have it tonight, that's gonna be good. All right, so
Yeah,
I
so.
think we've all been looking forward to this. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, Mona.
Yes.
Awesome.
Not that. Can I use the bathroom?
Go on
I
the
hope you're
ban.
trolling. All right, guys, good luck, have fun, and may the best team win.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Good luck.
without further ado, we are ready to get rolling. Yep. Why is OBS acting up like this? Thank you very much. Yes, so we will be playing on Clubhouse. Arson Esports are attacking first, or they're defending first. My bad. The game Freezing Frog against NTNS. Yuxi. So if both teams are French, I will cast in French. So this game is very likely going to be casted in French. And our first ban is going to be Maverick. It makes absolute sense, as of course Maverick can care very little about like electricity or jamming devices behind a reinforced wall or a regular hatch, or reinforced hatch, should I say. And therefore, when you're able to circumvent the need for, a Thatcher or another creative way of destroying batteries, it is very useful and very inconvenient for said bandit that is going to be sad, or that bandit is then going to be sad about his batteries getting destroyed. So no Maverick is going to be good for the defense. Okay, Cade is going to be the next one to disappear, and of course, that's going to be interesting because you cannot open up hatches with, once Maverick has been banned, if there is an, correct, give me a second. Okay, so assuming Maverick has been banned, if there's an Electroclaw on a hatch, there's no way of opening the hatch without, sending a Twitch drone or something. And Malusi was the last ban. So this is why taking Cade out of the picture is going to be a really, really good complement to Maverick's ban. Target ban Malusi, and Kimoni is just smiling. So yeah, there might be some target banning going on there. I don't know. Round number one. Round number one is going to be played in CCTV room and cash room. It is interesting in the sense that some teams would rather go on the basement floor and defend armory first, but I gotta say the two preferred bomb sites are pretty much neck and neck. There's some other maps in which the best bomb site is a distant first and the second one's a distant second. So in those maps the question doesn't really lend itself too well, but right here it really gives a lot of flexibility to the teams, and Arson Esports will be using said flexibility to its fullest potential. The composition itself is going to be interesting. I mean, Feline Claw playing Dog, likely playing for, well, first and foremost, the MP5, right? It's a really decent gun, being able to heal himself up. But more than that, it's not bringing too much utility to the table, in the sense that healing yourself up is useful, you know, staying alive is a huge plus. But I mean, for example, using Emozi to turn enemy drones against their former masters is a really useful and nifty trick to have up your sleeve, but that's just not going to be the case with a plain old dog, right? Mute Jammers, of course, are going to be playing Intel Denial. Stub likely has electrified, of course, a wall right here. He's going to try probably to bandit tricks, because if not, there's no reason to not just statically leave both bandit batteries up there. But Pojo is playing with Thatcher, so that can mess things up a little bit. Already some track stingers have been planted, and that is going to be the bandit tricks in phase that is going to be applied. And there you have it. The first one is not going to blow. The second one is going to blow but once. And King Blue, in the meantime, has already gotten the first kill on Wavy. Oh, the vertical. Oh, that angle is beautiful. I gotta say, there's another silhouette, blue silhouette on the first floor. Somebody else is in stock, so that's gonna be jump shots, trying to get a vengeance on his for his fallen comrade, but that's just not gonna happen. And Kimberly is on a roaming mission. He might want to flush jump shots out, or he also could just wait statically, and it looks like he's gonna be playing with a ladder playstyle, not pushing his luck more than need be. After all, time is his ally, and he seems to know and to work accordingly. Feline Claw is here, of course. He can have a nice cross angle on the balcony, but for the time being, balcony is not being actively pushed. It is really going to be King Blue through verticality, who seems to be the front man, you know, the one on the front lines. Ozzy here trying to come in, getting shot at. That is going to be Kimberly, who does not want to press his luck. But Stub is going to get a nice kill, and now the attackers are in a bit of an awkward situation. Ozzy and jump shots, of course, they had to rotate out, and Ozzy made it out alive. Jump shots, not so much, leaving us with Perez and Ozzy in a 2v5 situation. Thing is, Hibana is really low on health, so there's not too much that she can do. I mean, even an Evil Eye could be a lethal threat here, so he is really going to be back against the wall, in the sense that any kind of mistake or slip up is going to prove fatal. And of course, Perez being on the drone right now really does leave Otzi on his own, pretty much. And right here, the cross angles are going to exert even more mental pressure on poor Hibana. Perez will therefore have to make something happen to alleviate the pressure, and oh, this is going to be Feline Claw looking at the window, of course, but that could lend itself pretty well to allow it for a kill right here. But Doc will revive himself. Oh no! Oh, how unfortunate. That was a down, but of course Feline revives himself. In the meantime, Otzi loses his life, and that's going to be a flawless round for Arson Esports. They are off to a strong start. Flavoria saying, focus Scorp le fasse pour qu'on win. You're saying Scorp. Scorp, he is not in that in this game, so we're probably talking about another match. Let me just get the replays on screen. Give me half a second here. How do we have this many replays? They are from yesterday, gotcha, or from the previous match. So, these are what the replays look like. Unfortunately, Perez here, he did manage to put Doc down, but then he didn't actually eliminate him. Should have rushed up the stairs and, you know, properly finished him off. And that error really did cost them the round. At that point, it was admittedly a lost situation, a hopeless endeavor. But you might still want to, like, hope or have some sense of not giving up. I feel like I'm just stumbling over my words tonight, and that is annoying, but there you have it. There's going to be a mirror window right here towards the blue area, so usually there'll be a rotation hole, but you wouldn't want to have somebody just smoke out the mirror window and rush in blindly. So that's why Stockley will not open everything up, and that's somewhat surprising, or that is to some extent out of the ordinary. You gotta like it, right? Feline Claw playing with Pulse. Is he gonna stay on OBJ or roam? It looks like he's gonna be playing Anchor, but Pulse really could be roaming efficiently. I've seen this before. We have all seen this before, and I gotta say, I don't see this too often, and I kind of miss a roaming Pulse. The attackers, Nasty Clown, I'm not exactly sure why Wavy is going to be bringing a Blackbeard to the table, because that seems unfortunate in the sense that Blackbeard is really good to hold angles. Think, for example, rappelling up on a window and only having the head that peeks out. That's the point of the shield, right? But you can't be repelled on a window when you're attacking the basement itself, so that is going to be unfortunate. There's, of course, other ways to push in with a Blackbeard, you know, stay crouched or even crawl in. But, I mean, we're not talking about an ideal playstyle for said bearded operator. So, we talked about Feline possibly being a roamer, but that's going to be really up to Kamani, and he is on his lonesome. Sometimes you're going to have, like, roaming duos. He absolutely knows about the attacker's positionings here, but Pojo just tossed in a one of those air jabs. He doesn't seem to know that they're already in here, but there you go. He gets one, flees away. Pojo not peeking, not being too aggressive, is not going to get an immediate refrag, and he's now basically left on his own. There is nobody to help him out or to get the refrag if he was to lose his life. And he knows he can't do too much, because if he pushes in, well, of course, there's going to be a mirror problem, and if he doesn't, then the roamers become the real threat, or the roamer singular. It looks like they're trying to flush Kimberly out. Oh, and he's going to get hit, but he is not dead, and turning around right here might be dangerous for poor Otzi. But he is still alive, and the threat is not too aggressive on him. It really is going to be Pojo who is in hot waters here, because, of course, he was up until now inside the building itself, and he also, well, was at danger of being flanked and surrounded. You know, somebody could walk up the blue stairs, and somebody could also just push in, that being Stub and or Kewani. Not on his stream. Oh, gotcha. Stub is gonna get a nice natural side kill on Pojo, and there's gonna be another frag in rapid succession. But I gotta say, what Perez was doing is interesting. He found a way to almost make it up into the OBJ, but he has been spotted out. And the problem now is there's basically gonna be 5 guns pointed towards this very entrance. There is no way in hell he makes it in, but with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock, if he wants to rotate or to try a different push, it is going to be extremely difficult for him. Trying, he is going to inflict a lot of damage, but of course, this is not going to work out in time. Stub is therefore going to get the final kill, and that's going to be yet another flawless round for Arson Esports. Things are rough so far for Nasty Clown. I have no doubt that they will not just give up after 2 rounds, but you know, being down 2-0 is not major, but losing twice in a flawless fashion, that's gotta be a heavy hit to the morale of the team. I dearly hope for their sake that, you know, they are mentally resilient, because if the current trend continues, morale plummets, and then the performances of the team usually tend to follow shortly after, you know? And that's something we would not want to see tonight. I mean, of course, if you are an Arson Esports fan, you would be absolutely delighted at the news. But I, as a caster, I gotta be neutral, right? As a referee, as long as I know there's no foul play, I don't have a preference one way or another. But as a caster, as a hype man, to put it this way, if the game is close and if the game is, if both teams are neck and neck, there's a bit more suspense and energy in the stream, and that here, the surprise of who's gonna win is likely to fade should the current trend continue. I gotta emphasize this. Should the current trend continue, it's never too late to just pull off a 180, a reverse sweep, and a comeback. But Nasty Clown really do have to show themselves as being worthy as I said comeback, because for the time being they seem to be struggling with a few different things. Stockley right here is going to be playing the bandit tricks apparently, and that's going to be interesting because of course there's a castle barricade, 2 castle barricades to be more precise, but no Jaeger ADS device. So I mean, for example, a sledge could destroy the first barricade quite easily, and then suppose a frag grenade or a Zofia impact nade, but no frags and no Zofia or even Ash grenade launchers are going to be deployed given the attacker's current composition. And I gotta say that composition is somewhat unique. I mean, for example, AoE effects, AoE gadgets such as the fire here and also the Candela charges, you can really disable or shut down an entire side to an attack or to a defensive setup. But more than that, it's not exactly easy to get the Diffuser planted because the fragging potential, the frag power of this team is somewhat limited, I gotta say. Ace, however, Perez got a good result right here. I mean, Bandit was Bandit tricksing, and therefore opening up those walls was not guaranteed. He succeeded in doing that, and you gotta give props where props is due. But Stockley has not abandoned, or rather, is it Kamani Stub? I'm not exactly sure who still it was in the blues in the red stairs and main stairs. Sorry, Phelan Claw can just walk up the flight of stairs and then take a look into the opening, and that could be dangerous for Weavy more than anybody else. He seems to be trying to destroy the electricity because, of course, if he repels onto that wall, that could be hurtful for him. That right there, he's going to see somebody, and that somebody also sees him. Therefore, it's going to be the end of Wavy. But it's not the end of the push as a whole, and not by a long shot. It seems like every attacker is here. Pojo in a full-blown firefight gets the kill. And that opening might be exploited to its advantage, but of course, Stockley is still going to be here. Smoke can disable that, or just a bullet to the face is also absolutely gonna do the job, do the trick. And now it seems like the attackers are on the initiative. There is a foot poking through that drone hole. I don't know if King Blue saw that, but Aussie will also be opening up. Oh, that is going to be the bathroom, and there you have it. The rotation just not being cut off, but attempts have absolutely been made. The attackers are now ready to funnel in. There is still the problem of the heavy Maestro LMG, but oh, did they trade? I believe they did. He is going to fall down. Jaeger likely blinded right now. Yeah, he is blind. And that's going to be a smoke canister. 2 smoke canisters. A good kill. Kill on the barrel of the diffuser right there. A double, maybe even a triple. That is going to be a triple. Kamani winning the round in such a beautiful fashion. He was not behind cover whatsoever, right? If the attackers had better reaction time than him, he was toast. But no, he was ready and he was aiming true, and that's how you win a round. And that also absolutely deserves a replay. Gotta say, that round seemed promising for Nasty Clwon. One thing is for sure, they didn't lose to a flawless fashion, and it being so close, if their morale was possibly maybe, I don't know, tanking last time, it might still be going down, but not as drastically as before. Still, we are on a timer here. The problem is Nasty Clwon, they're as a team performing better now than they were at the beginning of the game. However, eventually they're going to get to the defensive side, and if they cannot pull any rounds right now in the first half, they're going to have a hell of a second half to go through, which is why those next rounds are going to be absolutely crucial for their performances as a team. We are once more, of course, going to be defending CCTV. Not bar, CCTV. Thank you, Mapan. And the CCTV defense is looking very, very similar to what we had at the very first round. I mean, I can't say that I disagree, or I can always nitpick or analyze, looking for both strong suits and flaws. Once again, for example, Doc isn't bringing much to the table utility-wise, but if they won with that exact composition and strategy in a flawless fashion last time they tried it, why not do it again, right? Nasty Clowns will be adapting the setup, and they'll be updating their playstyle a little bit. Visibly, what they did last time didn't work out at all, right? For example, we are no longer going to be having any kind of flank watch operator. Gridlock was present, and now she no longer is. Jump Shots is playing with Sledge instead. Stockley getting another kill. How did we funnel in? Which window has been opened up? Couldn't even tell you where he came in from. Probably, no, even that door is still intact. window. I couldn't tell you. I refuse to believe like that he walked right in through the door of the garage, to the garage main door. There you go, and that he found himself into bar. That would make next to no sense. Stockley tried to run out, but that was met with a claymore, and it looks like Feline is in a strong position to maybe get a kill there, but that does not look too likely. Stub is going to rush in, and he gets a kill himself. But Jump Shots is going to get a refrag, and that's what I mean when I say, guys, you are performing way better than what you did last time, but that could be dangerous. Kimoni, both players trading bullets, but of course Kimoni gets the last laugh. I gotta say, guys, aiming for the head. I mean, both players exchanged like 2 or 3 bullets. If one of you shot for the head, you would have gotten the kill that you already did, or that you didn't get. You would have gotten it quicker and without losing that much health. Once again, being 100%, be it 100% of hit points, or just like 30 something. Perez is gonna get the refrag. This puts us in a 2v2 situation. Neither team's really having the upper hand. That is until you look at the health pool, because of course Perez being somewhat injured, he is gonna be low on life, and that can be problematic. Combine that with the untimely demise of poor Jump Shots, that's now gonna be a critical situation. The timer, of course, is not the attacker's friend, but it is not the end of the world either. He could still rotate or drone, but he does neither of those things, and King Blue is here ready to take him out. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what happens when you aim for head level, I gotta say. Let's just take a look at those replays. And there we go. Yeah, right here, Stub just pushing in. Pojo was not expecting that, and to be honest, that's the strong suit of that kind of play, because yeah, Pojo was out of cover, just proning on the half-reach wall, or you know, on the balcony thing. He couldn't hide behind anything. Of course, Stub was pushing, which was technically a risky move, but that's, you know, the nature of it, making it unpredictable, and that's exactly why and how he was able to get the kill. Combine that with another few unfortunate one-sided gunfights, and Arson Esports are once again going to be taking the round. That is now going to be providing us with a 4-0 scoreline. Things, I dare say, are not looking too great for Nasty Clown. Their last hope at this point really is just going to be the role swap. With any luck, they're going to be vastly better at defending than they're at attacking, and that might make the difference. But if not, yeah, Nasty Clowns will be in for a hell of a round, that's for damn sure. There is still going to be the mirror window right here, but this time we have a proper rotational hole. Another window here. As far as the hatches are concerned, of course, every last one of them has been reinforced. And what about Dirt Tunnel? Dirt Tunnel seems to be soft, and the attackers are going to be making good use of that. Wavy here is just... it's Wavy! It's Wavy! On my personal stream, not on this channel, but yesterday, somebody came in with a gamer tag that was something along the lines of WXVVVVYYYYYYY. And I thought, I asked him, how the hell am I supposed to pronounce your gamer tag? He said, you'll see tomorrow when you see me in game. And it's gotta be Wavy, because nobody else's gamer tag, or, you know, nobody's gamer tag is remotely similar to that, except for Wavy. Okay, Kimoni is still roaming. Oh, and this time he seems to be facing a dedicated anti-roaming effort, but said anti-roaming effort is kind of just limited to a buck on the roof, so maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Pojo pushing down main stairs, or central stairs, should I say. The interesting thing is that, like, they're probing from different angles, and encircling the defenders can be useful. There's roughly like 5 different ways to make it into the basement as a complete floor, right? 2 staircases, 2 hatches, and then, you know, blue and dirt tunnel, that kind of stuff, right? But now we already lost a player. Another one is roaming, so that is, of course, does not help a quote-unquote turtle strat, right? Pharmacy bracket, I absolutely do have to create that command, but just type exclamation mark gilded and you can find it there. Kimoni roaming is not having the best success. He is going to lose some health, but finally gets a kill. That is, of course, going to more than just make up for the amount of health he kind of lost there. Perez still just probing, not exactly making good progress or good time. His teammate here, Ash, tried to funnel in. That didn't work out too great, unfortunately. And now he's facing against the scary Alda. I never want to be facing against that guy, and I only can assume that he's in a similar situation. But right here, Mirab peaks, expecting Buck to be on the left, but he was not. Clwon coming back on side. King Blue is going to get the help he dearly needs. But it's still a 2-3 situation, so assuming the attackers play this well, it should be fairly easy. Perez here got wall banged through the smoke, so that is just going to cut the wind out of his sail, I believe is the English expression. Basically, he no longer wants to rush, and he has diffuser, so if he loses this firefight, it's going to put the rest of his team in a very tough situation. Clwon is going to fall down. Buck trying to get the refrag. Ozzy is absolutely going to get the kill. Double kill for King Blue. Is that going to be a triple in total? It looked like it's going to be. Arson Esports winning round number 5. Those guys are on a tear. There's no way around it. There's no other way than just to put it that way. Oh, wow. I need to work on my phrasing. It sounds extremely dull when I repeat myself, but there you go. They're winning 5-0. 5-0. That's a very comfortable lead to have. And that's also a very annoying disadvantage to be at if you're a Nasty Clown player or supporter. This was a Church Arsenal room defense. Arson won by killing the enemy. Gotta keep that sweet log. Yeah, let's try to add this command to the bot, because the thing is, pharmacy, there's kind of like 2 brackets, one for group A and one for group B, but I can of course manage that fairly easily, because we do have those sweet embeds. And just like give the yeah, this might not be the best time ever to start poking into the different things here. Yeah, so let's come right here. I think you need to, yeah, that's exactly what Gilded would be very useful here. So after winning like 5 rounds in a row, they're going to be first for a second time into their tertiary bomb sites, aka gym and bedroom. Scorp asking NTNS against Freezing Frogs, are they going to be casted? So if you go on the calendar channel in the no, NTNS are not going to be casted. So whenever there's a red dot, I'm casting. When there's a green dot next to the event, I am not casting, because of course I myself, I'm kind of tied here casting Arson Esports against Nasty Clowns. But I gotta say one thing, since this game started an entire hour earlier, it is likely to end an hour before. Therefore, I could maybe with a bit of luck cast like the last game of your best of 3s. Well, there's going to be 2 best of 3s starting at 8 p.m. So I can only cast the last game of one of those 2 events, but you get the point. Assuming everybody stays in sync, right? If the one match ends up with, at this point, I would say it's somewhat possible that a 7-0 ending happens and the other goes into overtime. That is, of course, going to desync the 2 events. But you get like the general big picture idea. Hard breaching has been fairly easy. It looks like Stockley either looks like he either tried to didn't even try the Meditrix, or he failed miserably in doing so, because that was a fairly quick hard breaching success. There's still going to be Feline in the stairs, so Pojo, if you're rushing in, might be facing some issue. That's dangerous what he's doing right there. He's gonna come out of there alive, but still shouldn't have done that. And of course, opening up the angle, if you're not watching it, is going to be a grave danger. That's a flurry of kills happening. Pojo is droning, but he can no longer afford to do so. And Alti here is going to be kind of stuck in the logistic office. He is going to get a nasty bullet to the face. And Pojo, last player alive in a 1v5 situation, is going to have to pull off an ace, but that is looking unlikely. Peep saying cast, and Dennis Samir, and Savage saying vouch. Hey, like I said, if we were to have a short stream here, I could absolutely cast your what's rest of your game at that point. There is going to be a run attempt. He's going to get a first kill. Of course, that's a G8. Has a heavy mag. You know, a lot of bullets in the mag, but that is still not going to be enough to face off against the full brunt of a 1v5 situation. And Peeps is vouching for himself. I mean, if you do not vote for yourself, things are weird. But I am gonna stand by what I said. I cannot, as much as you guys would like it, I cannot just bail on this very game right here. So yeah, I'm gonna stand by what I said. I'm gonna stand by what I said. There is the English expression I was looking for. Okay. Nano was saying if Scorp is vouching, then I'm vouching too. Yeah, I mean that's still not how it works. And now we are. Stream Deck, why are you dying on me midstream? I need your macros. Restarting the program. Give me half a second. And there we go. Did it work? Of course it didn't. Of course that did not work. Okay, yeah. Pharmacy saying, yeah, Guild is very good. I am out of sync here, of course, because of the 3 minutes delay. Were you reacting to something I said? Or to like the chat? Or like, were you sarcastic or something? Because I am genuinely curious to get your guys' feedback on Guilded. Like, as a platform, like, if you absolutely love it or if you absolutely despise it, your feedback would be appreciated in, like, evaluating if we want to use it to power our tournaments next season. Yes, Pharmacy, that's exactly it. Arson Esports, they are American, whereas Nasty Clown are Quebecers. So, of course, I do in English when the Americans are here because they do not speak French, whereas French Canadians do speak some amount of English. Yeah, so, of course, Nasty Clowns are not defending, so this is like their last chance at winning the game. Well, it's literally their last chance because they are backs against the wall in a match point situation. Wavy was able to get the first kill, but he is not going to get a second one as he gets refragged pretty quickly, and Stub is also going to get a nice entry pick here. Well, not exactly an opening frag, but still an entry frag nonetheless. Perez is going to get an unfortunate Ash breaching charge to the feet. You do usually say to the face, but this one was played through the verticality, and Ace is just making a number on that wall. So yeah, the attackers are absolutely ready to fumble in, and Perez already seems to be kind of cowering behind the one dead angle. Feline is going to fall down, likely to get picked up, but that natural style could change everything. Oh no, I feel like it's stuck to the top of the server rack, leaving us back with a 3v4 situation. King Blue, was he in a... Yeah, he was in the puff of smoke, but still, he's gonna get the diffuser planted. But that is likely to be fatal. Perez getting a double kill, him falling to the smoke. That could be a... That's gonna be a turn of situations. The tables have turned. Let me not just translate the French expression word for word, because those don't sound as good in English as they do in French. The opposite, of course, also does hold true. But that really does go to show that this map is fairly defense-sided. So it would not be overly worrying for Nasty Clowns, but you can hear it with my intonation that I am not ready to put the full weight of my personal beliefs behind that statement, because it was still, and it still is, a 6-2-4-0, not 6-1 situation, backs against the wall, and in extremely dire circumstances. The comeback, though still technically possible, is looking very unlikely at the very least. Still, you gotta start somewhere, and for what it's worth, Nasty Clown were able to get 1 point under their belts. And, you know, if this just keeps on going, we might actually see a comeback situation. It, of course, yet has to happen. But hey, like I said, you gotta start somewhere. Sarah is saying, par contre, je peux pas host. Yeah, of course, you have a... Cyrus is also playing a match at the very same time. Real quick, I'm going to allow myself to just miss on part of the preparation phase. Real quick, this is what our Guilded looks like. Announcements, like general management things, stream announcements, VODs. Every single game that's been cast and streamed ends up on here. That's a private lob group that I'm going to disable. Chat, that's general chat, team captain's chat, organizer voice chat. Games calendar is what really is interesting. So when there's multiple games ongoing at the very same time, the one in red is getting casted and the one in greens, of course, aren't. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Pharmacy saying, I think it's Gilded is good. That is awesome. I'm glad you like it. I gotta say, if I was to be completely frank with you guys, a common feedback that we get from new users on Gilded is that it looks very similar to Discord. I mean, Discord ripoff is something I've heard once or twice. However, it has more functionality than Discord, and therefore, wait, stub. Okay, I thought it was like a mute running. I was feeling very weird. But they're absolutely ready to just funnel in, and it looks like there's been no defensive setup around blue. They just percolated up. That allowed the attackers just to regroup here, and just given 1 or 2 flashbangs, you can just have an entry rushing train. Looks like Sub is going to be trying his hand at that. Clwon is going to lose his life, unfortunately. Jump shots. What is jump shots doing? Oh, I thought he was a roamer coming back. No, but Pojo might be the danger here, and he is likely to get a kill. Yeah, don't pit on that. Of course, somebody is likely to turn around knowing that there's now a threat behind them, and Arson Esports' push is really falling apart here. It's now a 2v5 situation, and a comeback. Attempting to salvage that round is still possible. It's certainly worth a try. But I'm not going to delve into how likely or how unlikely it is, as it was now a 1v5 situation. 1v4, of course, yep, it does help, but you are still in an extremely dire circumstance, and Pojo is going to show just how foolish it was to try to push Nasty Clowns on that basement defense. There you go. Sarah's asking, what are the Nasty Clowns ranks? I'm going to delay the replays for just a few moments. They are full gold, except for, was it Ozzy, who's platinum 2. So that is that's it for Nasty Clown. I gotta say, Arson Esports are in a very similar situation. Some aren't ranked, and I clicked on Feline Claw twice. Stub is actually silver, so I mean, on paper there's also a platinum player here. So on paper, I guess Nasty Clowns' MMR is on average higher, and if you wanted to just look at those numbers and take them at face value, it would give the blue team the upper hand. But so far, from what we've been able to see, of course, they're now in a 2v6 situation, still backs against the wall. There's no way to undermine the stress on which they are right now. But still, it's the beginning. They're slowly climbing back out of the hole they dug themselves, where they dug for themselves, or that Arson Esports actually dug under their feet. I think that analogy will be a bit more accurate. Yeah, Flood saying go, high gold. Oh, yeah. One thing I wanted to say, though, somebody that could maybe stream you guys would be Alpine. He's playing Rainbow Six right now. He's just in a menu. Okay.
5 seconds to insertion.
Poking him right now, by the way.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I just sent him a message like, oh, the game is at 8 p.m. by the way, if you're interested. And I just realized 8 p.m. is in 4 minutes. By the time you hear this with the stream delay, it's going to be in literally 1 minute. So, yeah, it might be a bit last minute or last second to ask him if he wants to cast. I had also poked an English caster, a SoCal caster, I believe it was he called himself. He's from California, of course, right? And he was unfortunately not free to cast tonight. Peeps asking, what was the strategy? Another question is it too late for teams to join this season? Yes, yes, Pharmacy. We did allow some teams to join during the first week. Because of course you have a full week to schedule your games. So well, if you join in mid-week, then you have only half a week to schedule and play your game. Unfortunate, but still not the end of the world. However, now that we're into round number 2, it is too late proper. But the good news is you can take, for example, these guys' contact info and just call them back next season when the season is going to start. So Nasty Clowns are off to a rough start, though. I do still want to stress and repeat myself. We are in a match point situation, have been for the last few rounds, and now that we have a 3v5 big picture situation, things are not looking too great. The attackers are funneling in
Recovered the bomb.
slowly but surely. Right here, he is going to potato a lot of his shots. That is unfortunate. So there you go. And every kill happens at the very same moment. Wow. I missed the two first ones, and the last ones happened simultaneously. Looks like Feline got a double. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And that is going to be a 7-2 victory for Arson Esports. They are likely to come into the next match extremely comfortable, and I would not blame them for that in the slightest. Let's just export this to CSV. We can then crunch the numbers and maybe generate a few interesting graphics later on. So yeah, for what it's worth, talking to not Sariz, because you're playing against an American team. Of course, Alvine only speaks French, so he would really only be comfortable in casting a match between two French-Canadian teams, and therefore it would not exactly be the match between OnlyFans and, was it Broker Crew? Yeah, the match between OnlyFans and Broker
GG,
Crew
boys.
might not be his strong suit, but
Baba
Freezing
boo.
Frogs against NTNS Gaming might
Baba
be
boo.
good.
Baba booey. Baba booey.
Did you assess the board?
Baba booey.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by SS the board. I might be
Screenshot.
unaware. Yeah, it's on stream. Don't worry.
Hey, coastline. Booyah.
Yep. Let me just prepare the next lobby. If you want to take a 5-minute break, like go grab a bottle of water, go to the bathroom, smoke
shit.
I'll
break.
do it. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, because of course we will be good to.
Thanks for the break, Hans.
You're welcome. We can already start. This was match 2 in Group A, right?
Hey Hans,
No,
how you
this-
feel about that clutch?
Baba booey.
I'm sorry. I'm doing a few things at once. What did you say?
Baba booey. That's what
Baba
I said.
Booey. Somebody else asked me a question right before that, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
for my first official, league game, I think I
Yeah.
This kid needs to shut his mouth. Jesus Christ.
shut the fuck up, Feline.
Okay.
You smell like crackers. You smell like onion rings.
I smell like crackers?
Okay.
You
I'm
smell
muting.
like onion rings. Shut up.
Why are you? I hate it when for some reason my keyboard key gets stuck. So this was a gym bedroom hold. Arson Esports won by killing the enemy, update it, and finish the match. Arson does have a round or a map under their belt. I gotta say, this little community poll didn't age too well. That's item number 1. Item number 2 is the results. We can already enter in map number 1. Nasty Clwon, Rainbow Six. Oh, it's actually match 1. It is match 1 from the group from Group A. Report the scores. So that was a 2-7. Oh, okay. I cannot just submit the one. I'm going to have to wait till we have the remaining match played. Okay, great. So our second map of the night was going to be Villa, like I said at the beginning. If you guys were here, if you weren't, well, I'm telling you now. We are playing Villa. There it is, with the orange team attacking first. So that's going to be Arson Esports. ARSON. Arson Esports against Nasty Clwon. R6. And the orange team is starting out on attack. So on my end, I finished entering a few things in, preparing the next map, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be ready to go whenever you guys are.
Alright, one of them just dipped. Alright, where'd he go?
Don't stress it. I'm not pushing to start right now. Just I'm ready when you are.
We are ready.
Okay.
Awesome.
You got 4 people.
If,
Wait. Uzi, ça revient.
Parfait, aucun stress. If you stopped your mouse recording and if you want to have a mouse per game, now might be a good time to start to fire it back up. Also, as a heads up, I'm going to ask you to turn in the mouse files regardless of if you're being protested or not. We want to build a database to have as many clean mouse files as possible in order to have an infected one stick out like a sore thumb, and therefore we just need a big sample size, Since I have you on voice
we
chat
got
real
you.
quick, I'm going to ask you to upload them to mediafire.com and just to paste in a share link to the match chat. Savannah can add you to the match chat by simply submitting a roster within Gilded, and then you'll get access to the chat to paste it in. If not, you can just DM it to me. Awesome. So I see everybody is back in. Are you guys ready to go?
Yep.
Arson, are you ready too? Arson Esports, just a quick check-in. Are you ready to start?
Not yet, sorry.
Gotcha. No worry. And that was pretty much everything I was like working on. So I do realize that we might want to get like subscriber or follower notification on stream here, because that could be useful. Because we're getting many followers. It is going to seem like a trivial accomplishment, but still, we hit 100 followers tonight. That's nice.
And ça va pas comme hier quand tu stream ou quand tu castes?
Non, pas du tout.
Alright. C'est vraiment juste le jeu.
Hier, quand j'ai redémarré mon PC, ça a réglé le problème.
Mais c'était pas la première fois que ça t'arrivait.
Non, mais pour l'instant, je suis correct, fait que ça va être good.
Wait,
Alright.
Mr. Casterman.
Yes.
I need to go get a cup of water.
We still got time. You could go get water. Go,
yeah.
Feel free.
Should I get it in my glass cup or my sippy cup?
Sippy cup.
I would vouch for a proper bottle. This way, if it tips over, it's not gonna fry the computer. But it's up to you.
Sippy cup. Okay, all right. I'll be back.
Yo, make sure it's Thomas Tank Engine sippy cup.
You know, yeah, of course.
Stop the plug.
Hans.
Let me
Yes.
start.
Hans, I have a headache.
Okay.
Shut up.
Do you
Don't worry about that, Hans.
How do you think I feel in this game with all them just
Dude.
screaming at me?
Dude, hear me out.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just
we're not
imagine
screaming at
Hans.
all.
It's so bad right now, man.
No, it is not. No, he's BSing right now. We are awesome teammates.
I mean, if I was just to jump in and give my personal opinion, the beauty of the online world is that there's a mute button, unlike in real life.
I know, but they're my teammates, you know? It's kind of, you know.
But what if you're like antisocial and you just don't talk in real life?
Yeah, but I mean, still, you can't just like mute the angry people in the street.
Yeah, you're right. Well, if you pull out that 9, put a couple caps in them, it would work.
Yeah, but then, you know, sirens will be coming in and you can't mute those either.
Dang, dude, you're so smart.
Bro, I should write a book or something.
You'd win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, bottle of water, like I said. So let's just try it out. Sub, are you here?
I don't think he's here yet.
I don't think so yet. Yeah, he actually went to go get something.
I mean, that's the part of the 5-minute break, but let's not turn it into a 15-minute break.
Yeah, no.
It won't be. Yeah, we're sorry.
Don't stress it. Like I suggested it to you.
Hey, Hans, can you switch players out of BO3s? No, right?
I mean, as long as they're actually in the roster, I have nothing against it.
Oh, okay.
As-
I need to go at 9. Well, my last game will be at 9, so...
As a rule of thumb, for what it's worth, as a rule of thumb, I'm not going to be looking for, you know, infractions or for consequences if the other team doesn't ask for it.
Yeah.
The easiest example is if you're late and the other team doesn't mind waiting. I'm fine with that. Awesome.
Alright,
And so that's like the general rule of thumb if something
Sorry
is
to
technically against the rules. All right, so I see Arson Esports are ready.
Sorry to interrupt. But
Yep.
sadly, the Thomas the Tank Engine sippy cup was dirty, so I had to use the Elmo one.
All right, I see.
Is that fine?
Well, I mean, it does not interact with the game, so it is good on my end. Well, good luck, have fun, guys, and may the best team win. And without further ado, we're going to be ready to jump back into that scene and see which team deserves to win. Yeah, this can be shut down. We can move to the next map within the map ban settings. If I update this, is it gonna work? Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, good luck, have fun. Part 2. Nasty Clwon R6 are now the go-to of the resident defender. Therefore, they're gonna get the first ban. Which attacker will they be taking out of the picture? That is a good question. I would say either a Jackal or a Hard Breacher, and it is gonna be Jackal. Not that Jackal is the go-to default ban, but he truly kind of is, right? So it comes to no surprise whatsoever. Furthermore, since they're defending, it might kind of also imply that they want to have a roaming playstyle, as Jackal is really good and when it comes time to shut down an aggressive or annoying roamer. And Hibana's ban is also interesting in the sense that you can't shut down hard breaching as a whole, right? There's still Thermite, there's still Ace, Maverick, or everybody with the breaching tool, or as I like to call it, the small boom. But Hibana is really good to hard breach from afar. So think, for example, if you want to open up a mirror window from within study without actually stepping foot inside of the building itself, because that could be too dangerous. So that is why Hibana might be banned, because if not, like I said, the generic playstyle absolutely still does stand. And Maestro is going to be our last ban. Nano saying, calm down, Jamal. Yeah, I gotta say, Arson Esports, they definitely do have some energy to them. Is it a good or a bad thing? I mean, it is going to depend on what you kind of enjoy as far as energy is concerned, right? I mean, I remember, last year, 2 years ago, Kazuku, the Norarengo coach, I think it was 2 years ago, because Nora, they weren't present in the 2020 Invitational, right? And therefore, like the coach was just a buffoon, if I can put it this way. He was joking around, goofing around, making a fool of himself in a playful, purposeful manner. And that was what he was doing. People liked it because it made us laugh in a setting where we didn't expect to laugh. We expected to be hyped up about the competition, all that good stuff. But you know, it took us off guard, and I personally enjoyed the puff of fresh air it breathed into the spectacle. And plus, of course, I mean, everybody does love to laugh. But some other people really just did find him distracting and annoying proper. So it, like I said, comes down to personal preferences. And Hyper saying it's the team is sit nasty versus Arson. Bon bye bye la. Yeah, Hypers, I gotta say, you being literally a pro league player, this is a T3 league. You likely won't be impressed by tonight's performances. Not that the teams are bad or not of a high skill level, but it's still a community league, and you know, you're used to pro league level. I gotta say, I haven't seen this too often, but blowing up the lower half or the lower part of the wall right here, of course, we're going to be able to see the attackers' feet poking through when they want to push in. That's interesting, and that's not something you see every day. I wanted to underline that. Other than that, you're of course going to have an Arson push from the ruins balcony, the veranda. Actually, it's how canonically it is being called if you read next to the compass. And Wavy already firing off a few bullets. That kind of implies that they're aware of Stocky's presence. But how exactly will they react to that? Of course, the camera gets destroyed. That Banshee is also going to be just a minor inconvenience. There's somebody by that playable shield over there. Was it Kojo? No, it was Perez. So smoke, of course, is going to get flushed out, reinforces, and that's basically going to be the end of it. But to be honest, Taki has lost a decent amount of health, and that nitro cell could have been really dangerous for him if he wasn't too careful, or if it was better timed and tossed. For the time being, it looks like it is almost going to be a full turtle strategy. Kojo being the only one that's going to be offside. Clwon is going to get a kill. Stocky is going to fall down as well. Attackers already more or less funneling in. That is Ace just making a number on the reinforced walls. And they are trying to funnel in. Actually, Stub is now in. Oh, right. Oh no, what is he doing? He's kind of missing both attackers. The both one is there. Gets one, is going to be looking for another. And right there, jump shots is going to shut him down. That nitro cell is unlikely to get a kill though. And King Blue is the last one alive. There's one to his hard right, somebody to the left. He is going to be slow to react to that. A nasty Clwon will win round number 1. Except if they absolutely throw that round, but of course, it's not going to happen. You know, imagine the wireless, I would say controller if we were on Xbox, like when I was on Xbox. But imagine if the wireless keyboard was to just die then and there. That would be unfortunate, but luckily for him, it is not going to be the case. I don't know if he's playing on a wireless keyboard to begin with. Or, I mean, the button might also be a mouse button. So it would be weird to like have the use utility button mapped to a mouse click. Maybe a thumb button. Maybe one of those. And we are up to 112 followers. Thank you guys. Games from Trophy Room. We played Games from Aviation. Nasty Clwon R6 once thanks to having killed the enemy. Yep, there you have it.
Use bombs.
So, our second defense it's not going to come to any kind of surprise that the second defense is going to be Statue's hold. However, the way in which it is going to be held is somewhat unique and new. Pojo is going to place down an EDS device there. Of course, there's going to be Castle Barricade. But why exactly go for an extended hold? Because that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Do we have a deployable shield? Yes, Perez had one. Because whenever I see this hold, I would usually tend to see a deployable shield in the archway there, but it is not going to be the case. Other than that, of course, some barbed wire here and there, some defenses or some kind of defensive setup in the bathroom itself. And other than that, not too much roaming, just, you know, generic anchoring type of playstyle. I can't say that King Blue is going to be probing, you know, the northeastern side pretty much on his own, because the rest of his team are coming from the southern side. Oh, was that an attacker or a roamer? That was Stocky. Did he just wallbang his teammate? It might actually have been the case. How unfortunate, because no roamer, no defender is in the general area and trying to offer some kind of resistance. Of course, they are realizing that somebody is here. King Blue is just probing, droning, and gathering intel on his opponents. If that foot was to poke out at the wrong time, it could actually be quite dangerous for a Wavy. I can only hope for his sake that he realizes the kind of danger of going prone. And also that window can be extremely dangerous. But peeking heads down into a line of bullets, that's going to be the end of him. Stocky already on bomb site. Shooting. Oh, but they're turning around and they're getting their vengeance. Ozzy is low on health. He gets healed back up. More or less revived. Stocky also was down. He's going to get revived back up. And oh, don't stop aiming at the wrong time, because that is going to be fatal. Stop getting a nice kill. Now causing a 3-5 situation. Jump shots here in the bathroom isn't going to do too much. And Ozzy is out of ammo just as he gets peeked. That is unfortunate timing, if I do say so myself. We are going to be facing long odds, if I was to speak in Nasty Clowns' name. That is going to be a nice shot on Stocky. Stocky is a pretty good fragger from what we could see so far. So Pojo has a very, very limited hold on OBJ itself, if he has any. If you want to consider that he has any. King Blue is thus going to be in a position to plant without actually getting contested, but oh, he was looking right at Kimony, didn't realize he had somebody in his sights, therefore he just abandoned the area, and that just kind of gave Kimony a free kill, thus causing the 1-1 scoreline that we're now going to be seeing. Already off to a way better start than the previous match, but a 1-1 trade back and forth might not be enough, considering their backs against the wall as far as, you know, maps or points, overarching points are concerned. Still, a solid round nonetheless. They tried their best. It didn't work out too great, but their early game performances are miles ahead of what they were before, because there's always like this early analyzing phase where you have to figure out if your opponents are any good, what kind of playstyle they have, what are their weaknesses, how can we exploit those to our advantage, and then actually put this plan into motion. Which is why the losing team usually has a better performance after a few rounds. And you know, on the previous map, they were losing flawless rounds on the first and the second point, or this first and second occasion that they had. So they had a really long way to come to win their rounds. Right here, they won the first point. The second one was lost in 3-1 fashion. Okay, it is an awkward situation to be in, but it's not as dramatic as seeing, you know, a 5-1 that you then, of course, are going to fail. Still, we're going to try a trophy hold room defense for a second time, hoping for better results here. As far as Nasty fans are concerned, Arson Esports fans, of course, will hope for the same outcome, because, of course, that's what you can see. Ozzy is roaming this time, and he's roaming proper, and oh, it looks like he will be ready. Don't miss that, and that was exactly what you want to be looking for. I do gotta say, Arson, you might want to drone out. It's really an unfortunate way of dying for Stocky. Is there a way for Ozzy to like run out and get a kill on King Blue? It would be a lot to ask for. He might actually try it, but no, King Blue is now at the top floor on the balcony, if I can put it that way. And he is currently holding the diffuser, but just like last time, he's basically pushing this angle on his own. The problem is, if he dies, well, the entire team will have to stop what they're doing, recover the diffuser, and then resume the previously paused push, and that can put the attackers in a uncomfortable situation, to say the least. Is it going to happen? Well, it remains to be seen. One thing is for sure, Ozzy has made his presence known. Arson do know that there's a roamer on the loose, that he can be a dangerous threat, but they're not acting accordingly for some reason. They're just not trying to flush him out. That is until now. Clwon is absolutely on his scent. Stub got a kill on Wavy. That is going to be Jaeger lost. So, of course, he is making some progress on OBJ itself. And Blue's also pushing in, but was that his own grenade? I mean, there's no cap can at play right here. And it looks like right here, Ozzy is going to be facing against Clwon in short order. And he knew exactly where he was. Doesn't even need to pre-fire. That's actually going to be a knife kill. You don't see them too often, especially not in a face-to-face setting. Still, King Blue is pushing in. He's going to get a first kill here. Oh, no, I was wrong. There's absolutely a cap cannot play. But, I mean, if it gets the kill, why not? By the way, how can I be so blind as to not read the kill feed? It looks like they know the diffuser has been planted, but they don't know where or how. And that lack of intel really is going to be costing the defenders a lot. If I can give a personal suggestion, a Valkyrie or a Motzi might not be a bad pick altogether. But that is going to be for the future. As for right now, Arson are going to win yet another round. Deathgun11 saying, go Arson. Yep, go Arson is what I feel like the momentum, or to me it feels like the wind is blowing Arson's way. They won the first map 7-2. It is a pretty big lead. So of course they might go into this game not thinking that they're actually at risk of losing the map, or you know, if they were to be too confident in themselves, of course it could end up costing them. And I believe that's more or less what Stocky did there. I'm going to let the replays loop just to show it again. But I mean, just knifing the door to come in crawling to not cause the barricade to collapse altogether. You know, trying to be stealthy and all is interesting. But when there's a roamer next to the door just waiting for you and you don't drone, that's just on you, right? Because, I mean, roamer's gonna roam. Right here we can see it. She didn't want to collapse the barricade, but had no idea he was standing right next to her. Or crouched, should I say? The overarching point absolutely stands, though Arson won the first map by a landslide, and they might be feeling confident in themselves for the next game. But if they are overconfident, that's gonna cost them, for sure. Nasty Clan, of course, are going to be facing up against a very steep hill if they want to first and foremost win this match, because it's They are only,
Attackers must locate
you know,
and defuse the
behind
bomb.
by one single round, by one single point. It's not too major, not too intimidating. But if you factor in, as far as I can tell, the discrepancy between the two teams' skill level, that is still going to be a worrying sight for a blue team player, blue team supporter, blue team fan, or even, you know, manager, coach, owner, all that good stuff. Furthermore, winning this one map isn't just enough for Nasty Clwon. They have to actually win 2 maps. And, you know, so far, they haven't shown themselves as being capable to reliably and consistently win rounds. And that's, I think, the really big overarching problem. They got a point in a 2-2-1 fashion. They got the very first round in a 2v1. So they had the upper hand. It was not, you know, down to the wire kind of do or die situation. But right here, Pojo is holding a cross angle, but oh, he is unable to deny Stubb's rotation. And Sub rather, there's no T. Sub is just going to come in, and he would entry frag if he had anybody to frag on OBJ. However, they're dying, and it looks like it's going to be directly coming from the study room. And right now the attackers have full control of aviation of the corridor. Diffuser is absolutely going to get planted, and with a bit of luck, Wavy could maybe stuck in a nitro cell to the ceiling. That seems to be the last hope for to deny the plant. King Blue actually going to cancel out the plants again. I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly why they felt like they had to stop and try again, but hey, there you have it. Clwon is gonna get a kill. He gets, of course, refrag. 2v1 situation, not too dramatic. It still is doable. But of course, Wavy is facing, you know, long odds. Feline knows exactly where he is, and that's the problem. Oh, and the nitro cell here could be interesting. He moves at the very same moment. No, it is going to get a kill. That is the kind of ingenuity you want to be looking at. King Blue holding down red stairs. Thing is, if Wavy does not push red stairs, like he is not doing right now, you are holding a worthless angle with 11 seconds on the clock. I don't see how Wavy could win it. It's too late now. He can save KD, and he is going to attempt it, but no, he is not even going to get the kill. Arson Esports therefore win yet another round, putting us in a 3-1 situation scoreline. There you go. So let's go with the replays. Deathgun saying Clwon fearless. I mean, out of curiosity here, let's just take a look. I know you guys aren't seeing it because of the replays, but yeah, Clwon and King Blue are top fragging with 6 kills each. Only 4 rounds in with 6 kills. That is nothing to sneeze at, especially considering that there's 2 players with 6 kills. That means 12 frags altogether in 4 rounds. That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Feline Claw kind of walked back the steps he had taken, and that put him right next to the nitro cell. So yeah, Wavy was really crafty, really nifty there, but he should have done that, or should have thought of it when the diffuser was being planted. So him being a bit too late on the trigger possibly cost them the round. So that was a games room won by Arson, thanks to having killed the enemy. Update that, and that. What I'm seeing right here is not too encouraging for Nasty Clwon supporters. They're going to be defending Kitchen, and Kitchen is, without a doubt, a tertiary bomb site. So them being here in the first place kind of feels like a concession of defeat. If I was just to walk or to retrace their thought process, they probably thought to themselves, we cannot for the life of us win on our primary or on our secondary bomb sites. So the tertiary one might be, you know, our last hope. But if you cannot win in a optimal, ideal setting, going into a lower position, just try something new, is grim. That's the way I'm gonna put it. Wavy will be roaming again. It doesn't look like Arson will be pushing from beneath, from the floor from below. However, yeah, my syntax term was just off. They're not pushing from the basement first. Therefore, him roaming in the basement might not be the best positioning ever. But hey, you cannot know what the attackers are gonna do before you actually encounter them or draw them out. That pre-fire, Ozzy saying that pre-fire was insane. Congratulations. Fearing Class saying, I don't know, I prefer you, you're just better. I gotta say, that's the kind of nice skill here by Wavy. His bottom roaming is still gonna pay out in the end. But what I was gonna say is that is the kind of sportsmanship we do like to see. Like, oh, you killed me, instead of saying, oh, you bad, or oh, I don't like you because you killed me. Just, hey, congratulations, you were able to be better than me in that instance. I enjoyed seeing that. That's the kind of thing we want to see. King here is going to be taking that deployable shield out. There are a few electronic devices here that are going to be fried. It's just a side effect. It should allow King, however, to drone it out. But the jammer just came back online. Stockley thus is going to be the front line here. He's going to be taking point. Oh no, Wavy. That's Wavy right here. He does have 2 impact nades in the back pocket. Could just blow the hatch right open and be an absolute danger to the team. Here we're going to be taking a few damage. Wavy's going to get the kill on Kimoni, who was playing verticality. So the push is kind of falling apart. So is Stocky. King Blue, last player alive in a 1v5 situation, will have to pull off an ace. But the real threat, the real problem is going to be Wavy. There's not too much that you can do when the hatch has been opened up. So really just walking up the stairs or go for a rotation flank is the way to go. King Blue right here is holding an angle for the time being. It is gonna have to suffice, but of course, Kiss the 1v5 situation as the attacker has to push in. He is going to put one down, but that was not actually a kill. Therefore, Nasty Clwon R6 are going to win it in a flawless fashion. A few moments ago, I said that them defending the kitchen first and foremost seems to be a concession of defeat in and of itself. However, if it's the smart move to make and if it's going to yield results like it did right here, I don't see why I would be critical of that kind of decisions. Deathgun saying Kimoni fearless, nice pre-fire from Jaeger, and Flossing, let's go and see. Nasty Clowns are keeping this more or less tight, right? It's a 2-3 scoreline, nothing too dramatic. They're still, you know, trailing behind, but not by too much. Nothing too dramatical, right? So right here, Aussie with the fun kill cam. And let's take a look at the last round before the rule swap, because at the end of the day, it's, to me, still feels like Arson Esports are in a really good situation. Simply put, this map is defense-sided, and by having at best a 4-2 scoreline, at worst a 3-3, when they themselves were attacking, now that they're going to be getting the easier side, I would totally expect Arson to have an easy time to win their round starting next round. What is a parallel, or what is a synonym to
5 seconds to go.
round? Because like they're going to win their round starting the next round. Sounds redundant, and I don't like the phonetic of it. So I'm trying to think of a better way to pronounce that. But that's where English being a second language to me kind of hits me square in the face, and I can't think of a better way to phrase that. Wavy is roaming. For the time being, he is not going to play too aggressive, right? He could have stayed, for example, in the garage area and tried to force a frag with the attackers, deny them access to the building altogether, prevent them from rappelling up, all that good stuff, right? He's not going to try any of it. Placing down a few glue mines can be interesting and all. He gets thrown. Oh, that could be dangerous. Kimoni is right here. Will he jump right in after him? He will try, but Wavy is there, and he is going to shut him down. Feline Claw is technically in the building, looking for a foothold, right? Trying to find a way inside. Oh, that could be dangerous, but nobody is on the proper balcony. Timing. Is it proper timing, good game sense, or all that good stuff? Jump shots has been put down. Stocky, you are a wall-banging ace, but he does not get the kill. So at the end of the day, jump shots is still going to get revived, rather. Nonetheless, the overarching problem is that when you've been revived, you are down to only 20 HP. And that is going to make for a very, very soft target next time he finds himself in a firefight. Wavy's still roaming, and he is coming back up. Oh, he is just going to miss Feline Claw, and Feline Claw, of course, is now going to be alerted to his presence, thus turning around. However, it kind of halts the push that he was working on. So, playing for time might be interesting, but not nearly enough to actually win the round. He is back here, Pojo and Stub trading a kill. Feline still just a bit too anxious to actually push in, but does not realize that Weavy's no longer there. He's actually to the right, and they're going to be trading a few bullets. But Feline is actually going to come out of that on top. Ozzy is down to the pistol. Does he have the shotgun? Is out of range, or is the Scorpion just out of bullets? But right there, Stocky not dying. That is unfortunate. And Jump Shots is going to be in Hunting Vault. Jump Shots falling down, however, falling to his death. Leaving us with Ozzy, who gets a nice kill with the pistol. That was a headshot also, so you got to give props where props is due. But yeah, I'm really curious. Does he have the shotgun? Or is the main gun just out of ammo? Because if the Scorpion is just out of ammo, just reload it right about now. King Blue planted the diffuser, leaving us with the time pressure that's basically just been flipped upside down. Now Nasty Clowns will have to regain control. Feline, being lone health as he is presenting a very soft target. But even with just 1 HP, you are still absolutely capable of firing off your gun, and that can be dangerous. Here he is isolating his opponent as well as he can. Ozzy is playing quite intelligently. Yeah, he has shotgun. But if he peeks hard left, that's exactly when you want to have the shotgun at hand. King Blue is likely to push right here. No, that's Feline Claw. Feline, low on health, is going to get the kill. Nano saying, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. Don't pull out the 9. The 911? Is that what you're... I'm not sure I get half of your expressions, guys. I'm so sorry. I wish I had a native English caster or co-caster, co-host with me tonight. Could have been interesting. But yeah, nobody was free tonight. That's unfortunate. That wallbang was just pure game sense or really good intel on the droner's part, because he was on point. Of course, didn't have visual on his opponent, didn't know he put him down, which is why he didn't insist on the wallbangs more than necessary or didn't shoot him like feet level. But the results were absolutely present. Yeah, that was a games room defense won by Arson Esports for having killed the enemy, causing a 4-2 split here at the halftime mark. That is a good situation to be in, if I do say so myself. Nasty Clowns now have to come back from a 2-point deficit from the attacker side now. Not an easy feat, if you ask me. Those walls are, of course, going to get reinforced. Oh, is that a Valkyrie here? Of course, Feline Claw playing with the Navy SEALs operator. There is going to be another camera. Oh, that one's quite tricky. Actually, it feels like, or it looked like it was kind of glitching or peeking into the bench, which either hides its field of vision or hides it really well. It's going to be hiding it really well. But those plants are, yeah, they're annoying. However, if the camera stays hidden, that is a worthwhile trade. Because, of course, those cameras extremely easy to shoot down. Your only hope is really just to stay hidden. Stub has been spotted, tossing out the nitro cell there. Nasty Clown are going to be aware that they can, under no circumstances whatsoever, walk in through that doorway. But they reacted appropriately, right? Wavy kind of looking for the nitro cell. It's still there. There's still a blue dot if he looks up a little bit. But he was also looking for Stubbs either phone when he was looking at the cameras or heartbeat sensor. If I believe he saw it because his fire was pretty accurate, but of course there was a hard wall that prevented the bullets from actually hitting their target. So that was a nice attempt, but of course the results could not be there for reasons outside of Wavy's control. He is not going to realize until now that the left side has been breached, and that is going to be a nice kill thanks to IQ. Perez gets one in rapid succession. Has the nitro cell actually been shut down? If it wasn't, no, it absolutely is. My observing is not the best. Kimley is taking points, so he wants to just react to his teammate's death and not wants to concede too much territory to the attackers, because right now, Ingu is the only one directly on bomb site. Feline Claw is, of course, watching the OBJs, but that's from outside. He technically was holding on the red stairs a few moments ago, I believe. King Blue now down. Kimuni also holding onto the corridor. He gets a nice kill, but still, it is technically a retake situation for the defenders. And Kimuni is doing a really good job at it. Diffuser is being planted right next to, behind, sorry. That's, oh gosh, that's a quad kill. Is he gonna get the ace? He is likely to do so, as Aussie is right there. Red stairs are gonna be a problem, but yes, it is going to be an ace by Clwon. I believe this is the first ace of the season. So, my dear Jaeger, congratulations to you. You absolutely did deserve to win your team's 5th round, I believe. That is round number 7, won by Arson Esports. There you go. Let's just showcase the replays. The 9mm. Oh, gotcha. Now, the next question in my ignorant mind is going to be, what exactly, or which gun exactly is the 9mm? The 5.7 shoots 5.7s. The Muzak shoots 45 ACP, I believe. MPX MP5s shoot 9mm bullets, but we're usually referring to a pistol when we're talking about that. The P9. Is it possible? I mean, I don't want to like jump on stereotypes or something, but you Americans seem to know more about guns than my Canadian ass. I don't know why. Was that sarcastic? Maybe. Yeah, but right here, so Clwon getting an ace. Let's not underestimate that. Look at this. Clwon 11 kills, King Blue 6. And then it drops down, of course. Right here, at best, you are maintaining a neutral ratio. You know, having a proper positive KD is going to help out. If only they could get it, you know.
5 seconds left.
Just give me half a second. I am being asked a question regarding a game by another match that's undergoing right now. Yes. Joker and the Kings is sending me a message. Echo ban. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, two guys. I'm responding to a question about regarding the rules, and then somebody else asked me another unrelated question because there's actually like 3 games undergoing right now. That's interesting. It looks like Ace actually tossed the Selmas fairly low to the ground, so they're not going to be placed in such a way that you could like run in through the opening, thus forcing him to toss in another one if he wants to create an opening proper. Was that like a mistake? Did you just not like time the drop, the gravity, or the effects of the gravity due to the distance properly, or was it voluntary for some indirect reason? I couldn't tell you. Right here, Wavy is holding on to the main stairs, and he is going to fail in getting the kill. Unfortunate. That's 2 kills in rapid succession. Arson Esports do get the upper hand in the early stages of that round. Ozzy, though, is in the walk-in closet. Perez is going to inflict some damages, and he's actually going to be tickling Feline Claw's brain. That, of course, tends to be lethal. Stocky is also probing the angle, of course, trying to deny access, but he is going to be staring down the same fate as his teammate. You know, I mean, that was 2 kills by Perez. Ozzy's lost 1/4 of his health, but, you know, trading 25 HP for 2 kills is a trade that I would absolutely go for every single time. Except if I'm really low on health. Clwon right here, you know, on the hard left. Nobody could peek through that door without him knowing or without him acting accordingly. But that is going to be yet another defender playing a bit too aggressive. Are Arson Esports feeling too confident? Because it feels like it's a mistake, personally, right? As the defenders, you don't have to push. But right here, Clwon, I thought he was going to get flashed. You know, if you're too close to the flashbang, even if you're not looking at it, it still affects you. So luckily for you, the magnet was actually stuck to the ceiling. Still, a jump shot is going to try that, but he did not know that Clwon was right there, and that is now diffuser lost. Ozzy, last player alive, is going to have to try something. He's now inside of the bomb site, but of course, if you're not aware of your surroundings, Clwon is just gonna get another, well, not exactly an ace, but I mean, getting one was not enough. He just keeps on going, and he just keeps on producing the results that we saw here. Let's go with the replays. That's now a 6-2 situation. Match point for Arson Esports. Things are extremely dire for Nasty Clown. If I was just to put you in context, Nasty Clown lost their first match 2-0 maps-wise, and both maps have been lost 7-1. So if we were to assume that Arson are as talented as their previous opponents were, which is a big assumption to make, but let's just play, or let's just follow my fantasy for 2 seconds.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
That would already imply that they performed better than what they did last time. Is it actually the case? Like, are Arson as good as, I believe they played against Freezing Frog? We will not know that until these two teams play against each other. But, you know, the overarching theme of Nasty Clowns not being too competitive players, or not too competitive-minded players, and they register into the competition saying, stating that they just want to work on themselves and improve as players. I would just use that example or instance to say that they already did improve upon themselves. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, like the players that asked me questions came up with a follow-up, and it just said, thank you for following the rules. Yeah, that's the annoying thing with, like, not having every single game be casted, observed, or produced. They're, like, the echo ban thing. It's not widely known if you don't, like, follow our social media platforms, or Guilded, Twitter, that kind of stuff. Well, then you might just flat out not know that. But I mean, that's no excuse for picking Echo when he's still banned. So just have to manage those situations on a case-by-case basis, which is still somewhat unfortunate. Stocky right here with a shotgun is going to be extremely dangerous. Of course, the cast and barricade is still intact, but hey, a Zofia impact nade can take care of those things pretty quickly. Pares right here is kind of probing, because I believe it was King Blue or Pulse. Oh, they are playing quite aggressive here. Just be careful about not shooting or not blowing Stocky up. That would be an unfortunate situation to be in, because team kills are never enjoyable. Right here, he is moving around. Nitro Shot could get a kill. I thought he got shot down midair. Was not the case after all. But now Pares is watching the angle. Oh, Otzi. No, that was a team kill. Unfortunate. Still a 4-4 situation, 4-3 situation. Now the attackers do have the upper hand. I didn't state this explicitly, but Arson Esports do have 6 points. It is a match point situation, so Nasty Clowns cannot allow themselves to lose the round, which is why seeing them in a upper hand situation maybe might be bringing hope to their supporters in chat. Pares right here still probing, still trying, and it seems like it's working down. It's working, you know, he's slowly but surely grinding down his opponent's health. But the problem is the roamers. That is now 3 kills in rapid succession. Pares, last player alive. The shotgun at that range is going to be dangerous. And that is going to be a GG. Arson Esports winning round number 9, putting an end to the match, and winning the best of 2. Best of 3, rather. Sorry about that. Sub saying, be right back, have to eat. To be honest, I don't know how you would say that in English, like bon appetit in French. What's the proper English translation of the expression or of the general sentiment? I'm not entirely sure. Feeling Claw saying GG's. Yeah, GG's, guys.
GG guys, nice to meet you guys.
GG's. Clwon and the other Arson guys, if you want to go for an interview, that would be your due as the winners. So yeah, if you're interested, I would gladly interview you for the stream. And also to everybody, please don't forget to turn in your MOS files. I believe you guys don't have access, Arson Esports don't have access to the match chat. Just ask Savannah to submit a roster, and the guys she picks will gain access to the match chat.
Okay, so what do I ask her? Can you say it again? What do I tell her?
To submit a roster. Submit a roster, and you will then get access to the chat since you'll be the players playing.
Hey, give me one
I'll go
second.
ask Savannah. I'll go ask Savannah right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's just display the replays. There we... Come on. Hit OK. Hit transition. Thank you. I'm just going to encourage the losing team, since I do believe they put up a good fight. Oh, that's a typo. Okay, there we go. Sorry about the small burpee sound. Item number 2 will be in tagging that this map has been won by Arson Esports. There we go. And therefore, if we come into that that scene,
Hey, GG, man.
we should have Arson Esports tagged as the winners. Yeah. So next item on the to-do list will simply be to identify or to enter in the scores right here. So report scores. That was a 7-2 situation twice. There we go. And also restart it. Files. There we go. And I believe it was Kimony who said he was done. He was interested to do an interview. Yeah, you can see I will just finish that properly, and then we could jump over to the NTNS match.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm back. She said she's gonna add me to it.
Awesome. By the way, you want to DM me on Guilded so I could call you and then we could do the interview? Actually, are you on the Guilded server at all? Let me just check real quick.
I'm in the DAL server. I'm not sure if I have any roles and stuff yet.
Oh, so
She's doing it right now.
In the welcome channel, there's the self-assignable rules that you can give yourself. But she has to add you to the roster to add you to the team proper.
Okay, give me 1 sec, please. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Astral VFX asking if there's another game. So on paper, in theory, not, because it was supposed to be a best of 3, and I kept the entire evening basically my schedule cleaned. But since this game finished pretty quickly, and there's another best of 3 ongoing that started an hour later. They probably just finished or are about to finish their first game, so I could jump in and cast the second and maybe third game if need be. So like I said, I'm going to just close off this stream properly, with the interview and all that good stuff, not rushing the ending, but then I would absolutely be interested in casting the NTNS match. NTNS match, which was supposed to be this match right here. At here. But boy, the interview, please. We're working on that. Here we go. Okay. So it looks like there's going to be a game this Sunday. The players have just scheduled that, and this match is also underway. There we go. And Savannah is supposed to submit a roster ASAP. How do I have my players in chat? So
okay,
we're
I get
working on
myself
that.
roles and everything. I'm just waiting on her right now.
Perfect. So I'm just helping Savannah out to figure out how guilty
Man, it was my
works.
first game back. I was kind of nervous.
You did good. I mean, the results speak for themselves, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Just like strat-wise and stuff, like I was a little bit rusty. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just roam, you know?
Yeah, you want to DM me on Gilded so I could interview you?
I think I'm in it.
Yeah, so Savannah and Arnexi are in here, but I believe technically you have access to it, but like you're not in the channel as long as you don't join it, right? You have the roles to gain access to it, but you have to actually use those roles to jump into the channel. Either that or next you're actually tagged as being a team manager. So maybe it has to do with like the roles in your home server. God damn it. What does it look like from a player's perspective? That boy saying GG's. Yep. Huge GG's to you guys. There we go. Oh, Pojo, awesome. So I got the MOS files from Pojo. That is perfect. But yeah. So it looks like we're having a bit of a few issues to like some of the roster and stuff. And since I'm on air, I don't feel like it's the right time to just start troubleshooting and providing tech support. So just DM them to me instead. It's going to be good enough, and we'll try to figure this out for next week if that's good with you guys. Savannah is still typing. And GG's for the victory. Okay, match number 2, good. Let me just DM the players. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, so guys, I don't know how long it's going to take until the NTNS Freezing Frog match has an opening. You know, if they have to rehost or if they're actually in between 2 games, 2 matches, that kind of stuff. So there's going to be an unknown amount of down waiting time. So I will not be staying here try to like keep the stream going because I don't know how long I'm going to have to just tuck out of my ass. So I will put us in a be right back screen, and I have no idea how long it's going to take before we come back. But thank you all for having been here. Hope to see you soon. And don't go anywhere because we will be on air as soon as there's an opening in the other match.
Bomb.